All right. Good evening, guys. My name is Dilip. I'll be your trainer. So I have overall 8+ years of experience in IT industry, and in Velocity, I have over 5 years of experience. And as a trainer, I have around 2+ years of experience. So today we'll try to understand what is Velocity and a little bit about how we are going to take up our sessions going forward, and we'll try to get a better understanding of all the various components or various functionalities that are provided by Velocity. All right. Right. So Velocity, just to start with, is basically a platform which is built on top of Salesforce. As we all know, Salesforce is a cloud, solution which has multiple capabilities, right? And out of that, using those capabilities, we usually create a maybe an application or a software and provide it to the end customers. And we all know the advantages of having a cloud. Is all you need is an internet connection and a browser, and if you have the access, you can access it from anywhere, right? So now, what is Velocity here, and what is its job here, and why did Velocity come into the picture, right? That's what we'll try to get a better understanding of it today. And right, so as part of today's agenda, we'll discuss about what is Velocity and how exactly it's going to work in Salesforce. And whenever we speak about Velocity, we keep hearing a term called industry cloud or industry specific domains, right? So we'll get a better idea of what exactly this is, and we'll see what are the various industries that are available in Velocity, and we'll see the advantages of using Velocity and try to understand a little bit of the Velocity components that are being provided. Right. So we all know that usually, in not just in specific to Salesforce, generally any cloud platform offers you three different kinds of capabilities or services, right? So the first layer, the basic layer, is this IaaS. That means it provides the multi-tenant architecture of sharing the common resources, right? Physical resources, right? So that means you may, for example, to host any website, earlier in early days, we used to have separate storage, separate network, separate servers for each of the website that we host, right? Which takes up a lot of money, and also which takes up a lot of physical space, right? So what Salesforce, or for that matter, any cloud platform does is they create these, they provide all these storage servers and network. So as much as you use, only you can pay for that much, and that's we call as infrastructure as a service, right? So that's the first layer provided by any cloud computing solution. The next layer is platform as a service. So using these things, these storage servers and network, and if you are building a platform, right, so that on top of that you can build some applications, so that layer is called platform as a service, right? We'll get back to this part. Finally, the SaaS capability, or software as a service. This is what most of all the cloud developers would be using, right? To basically create an application using this cloud platform, which is nothing but in our case it's Salesforce. Using Salesforce, we'll build some application, CRM application, and provide it to the end customers, and they don't need to install any separate software or anything. They don't have to bother about maintaining the servers and everything. Everything will be provided by Salesforce. All you have to do is, as a developer, you build an application, and as a client, the customers would be able to use that, right? Now, where Velocity comes here, right, is Velocity uses the second layer of this PaaS, the services provided by Salesforce, that is PaaS capability. It uses Salesforce as a platform, a Salesforce platform, and creates a new platform, and using that, we will be able to create another new application and deliver it to the customers, right? When you are delivering some application as SaaS capability, that means you're building a software, right? you may have to do a lot of things on your own. You may have to build it right from the scratch, right? But what happens with these PaaS layer is basically there are certain clients or certain software solutions. They use this PaaS layer of these cloud platforms and create a new platform, so which will have most of the details pre-handed, right? So that's what Velocity is doing here. It uses PaaS capability of Salesforce and provides a platform to us. So instead of directly creating a software in Salesforce, you can use these platforms to create a new software and deliver it to the customers, right? So next thing is when we so basically that's the idea behind Velocity. So whenever someone says for that matter, not just Velocity, we have so many other applications. If you have heard Viva CRM, you have heard, I know, this Tableau or the CPQ, right? All of these things use Salesforce, creates a new application, and that application can be used by developers to build a new software, right? Fine. So that's the whole idea behind how Velocity come into picture. So they use a standard Salesforce functionalities to create a new platform, and that platform can be used by actual developers to create a new application. Right. So in Velocity, the not in Velocity, nowadays there is a particular terminology which we keep hearing across all the cloud platforms, right? Not just specific to Salesforce or AWS or something. Across all these, there is one common term that is coming up nowadays. It's industry specific cloud, right? So what exactly is this and how it works, right? So Velocity is one such thing which provides industry specific cloud. That means, for example, you see there is Excel, Microsoft Excel, right? Even you use or not, there are hundreds of millions of actually, you can say millions of functionalities are there in Excel, we may never even use all those, right? So what Salesforce has done, what Velocity has done, especially here is, so if you're not using it, if you are not using at all those kind of functionalities, why to provide it in the first place, right? Why not enhancing the existing capabilities which are already being used extensively, right? So that's what Velocity has done here. So no matter in which platform you build an application, there's one thing which will never change, which is business flow, right? Today you may build a software using Salesforce Velocity. Tomorrow a next generation capability may come. Earlier days we used to build some applications using CWell, all these things, right? Before C++, so many things evolved, right? So no matter which kind of coding platform you use, no matter which software you use to build your application, the business flow will never change, right? For example, let's take the recent trend, latest topic, right? We have this currently this COVID pandemic, right? So usually, let's talk about this pharma industry, how usually it works, right? If you consider pharma companies as example, let's say Pfizer, right? Usually what happens, how do they get their products into the market, right? For example, let's take common cold, right? For that, there are hundreds of pharma companies which are, manufacturing so many drugs and which are available in the market. But how do these, big companies try to get into the market where none of the other companies would reach? Is basically not just big companies. Generally, for every company, what they usually do is they'll have clinical trials for a drug, right? They'll perform certain various levels of clinical trials, and once the product is successful, they'll have sales agents who would go to hospitals and these doctors. They talk about these products which have been created by Pfizer or someone, right? They give the samples. They explain about the pros and cons about that product, and once the hospital or doctors like that product, they start prescribing the same uh, drug for that particular disease. So that's how pharma industry focuses on building their market, right? So maybe, yeah, in India it's pretty common, like you can just go to any medical shop, you can get any drugs you want. But usually in North America or usually other parts of the world, you need to have a prescription. Otherwise, you'll not get a drug outside, right? And you will not get a tablet or any medicine, right? So these big companies or these pharma companies, they go to these doctors and hospitals, they talk about their product, and if the doctors or hospitals like their product, and they start prescribing those particular tablets, and that's how their market keep increasing, right? So no matter what kind of uh, platform I use to create a software to fit in this particular requirement, the business flow is always going to be the same. And that's what Velocity has concentrated, and that's what industries. That's how industry-specific clouds came into picture, right? So Velocity has identified that, okay, no matter what kind of application the customers use, the domains are always going to be the same, right? The business flow for each domain is always going to be the same. Pharma companies, even after 50 years, they are going to still work in the same way. Maybe nowadays, earlier there used to be manual prescriptions with doctors, right? Now they may be printing it out of computer. Now going ahead, you don't even have to go to the doctor, you'll get a prescription directly to the home. What things may change in that perspective, but these latest features may come into picture, but the functionality behind is never going to change. And that's how Velocity has created these 6 or 7 specific domains as of now. They're extending it up to 15 different industries. As of now, we have around 7 available, right? Out of that, communications and insurance are pretty you can say like at the top right now. So many customers are started to use communications and insurance domains of Velocity, right? So what Velocity is doing to these particular domains, right? 6 or 7 domains that are available as of now is, irrespective of which client uses that, there could be some specific functionalities which are common. And the data model, maybe little tweaks here and there, but it is always going to be the same for most of the companies which belong to a certain domain, right? And there are certain ways they sell their product. So these kind of things, they have identified it and give it as a managed package in Salesforce, right? If you are looking for a, if let's say Vodafone wants a new software now, and instead of going for other softwares, if they pick Velocity, they can simply download this communications managed package, and which will give you almost everything pre-handled. All you have to do is make sure that the features or functionalities that are provided by Velocity are properly used, right? So usually, let's talk in a developer's perspective. Like whenever we start projects right from the scratch, right? That's not the start of it. Actually, 6 to 7 months goes in brainstorming between these architectures to decide on the data model, right? How the data model should look, how the whole architecture of a particular client has to look based on the requirement. So all of that is not needed when you come to Velocity, because everything is already there, right? Simply you download the package, you will get hundreds of objects, hundreds of relationships between them, so many Apex classes, so many triggers, so many VF pages, all these things. They'll give you pre-handed, and you just can simply start using them, right? So that's what industry-specific cloud means, right? So whichever capabilities or whichever functionalities are used by each industry extensively, the Velocity figured out these things and providing as a managed package, and which contains lots of capabilities that come in. So the moment you download the package, you'll get all these things pre-handed, right? So yep, these are like few customers of Velocity which are using across various domains. This is a little old slide, but yep, as of now for telecoms, telecom is one of the hottest skill in Velocity, hottest domain in Velocity. which is basically represented as CMT in Velocity. Right. So in telecom, almost there are around 75 plus clients right now in Velocity. Right. So Verizon is one of their biggest client. British Telecom has started very recently. Vodafone has started very recently. T-Mobile, Telstra, M1 Telecom, all these clients are already using Velocity. Right. Insurance and health, there are so many companies that are using. Government sector, public sector, energies and utilities. These are all various domains that are available in Velocity, and there are so many clients which are already using it. And yeah, now we have at least got a better idea of what Velocity is. So now let's see, why do we have to use Velocity? I mean, yep, they are giving it as a managed package, and yep, that's all fine. But just for that, you don't have to pay, so much of amount, to buy the licenses separately again, right? So let's see a few other things that are that come along with this, Velocity managed package. Yeah. So the first advantage is sales Velocity is nothing but it's just built on top of Salesforce, right? So whatever is there in Salesforce is already will be there. It's just that you get some additional features, right? So what Velocity doing here is using the existing Salesforce data model. For example, this Salesforce, this sales model, right? We have opportunities, leads, order object, accounts, contacts, all this. Using this existing architecture, existing Salesforce data model, depending on the domain, they have extended the existing Salesforce data model by creating new objects, new relationships. Right? For example, for telecom domain, and not just telecom, for any e-commerce platform, usually order object is going to be the main thing. So they use the Salesforce order object itself and added some extra objects to make sure that the whole business model of telecom domain fits right into that. Right? Insurance. So insurance depends everything on quoting, how like based on the options chosen by the user, like the claims, the benefits, all these things, you give him different kinds of quotes. So in the backend, Velocity using Salesforce actual quote object, quote line item object, created other objects around those things and make sure that insurance data model or insurance business flow is going to fit right in. So that's what Velocity is doing here. The first thing, right? Providing the news data model according to the industry by just simply extending the existing Salesforce data model. Right. Next thing is you can Velocity also does something, right? For example, you are writing a code, you are building an application, right? Let's say maybe I want to build a new application, a new web application, and let's say I want end customers to use a particular website. And just imagine, to build a web application, you need to build so many web pages. So imagine how much of UI and the backend logics are needed. So the complexity of the functionality is directly proportional to the amount of development you put in, right? And when you actually start using code, when you start building code, each developer will have their own methods, right? Some may use the try catch block, some may never use that, some may directly hard code some values. So ultimately, because of this so much of code, right, your application is going to get affected, right? That's one thing. And next thing is Salesforce always used to say one thing, like when it started, their main motto was it's always going to be 60% configuration, only 40% customization. But will that ever happen? Never, right? Any application, any Salesforce application you see, hardly 20% max configuration, right? Rest 80% is going to be customization. We are going to rely so much on various types of codes. Like it's Salesforce is just evolving and evolving. Like earlier, there was something called S controls. Then they started VF pages. Then they started Lightning. Then they started LWC. Something new may come soon, right? Who knows? So as these things keep on coming newly, right? The applications are going to be more and more code heavy. And Velocity here, again, identified this particular thing. And whatever things you do using code, they are providing certain components. And using those components, you can build the exact same kind of application which you build using your code by simple configuration. Right? You can build any complex functionalities and business flows just by dragging and dropping. Right? I will show you a few of the things here, how simple it is going to be. It's just pretty simple and plain configuration. All you have to do is, like, for example, you want to have a for loop in your Apex controller, right? You don't have to write all that logic here. Instead, simply you can drag and drop a particular component to make sure that you execute for loop kind of logic, right? So there are so many other components that are actually being provided by Velocity that make sure that development becomes much faster, and complex logics and functionalities can be built very easily and in a very faster way, because you don't have to put in so much efforts to write a code, because Velocity handles all that in the back end and it provides you those things as a simple configuration stuff, right? And the next thing is, if you want to integrate any with any external system, right? For example, if you're in a project, you may have to deal with a lot of other systems, right? Let's say telecom itself. If I order a SIM online, right? I need this delivery. To take care of the delivery, there should be someone. To take care of the billing, there will be someone. To block that mobile number so that other customers won't access that, there will be some external systems involved. There will be so many other backend systems involved, and integrating with them is always going to be pretty hard. And whenever you actually go to a new interview, the first thing they ask is, do you know integration, right? It becomes in such a way that it became a separate topic, and it's like everyone wants you to do it. But in Velocity, integrating with other systems becomes so easy. You can hardly take, if you want to invoke an API, max 5 to 10 minutes is more than enough to build, to make sure that you build that logic. Right? You just drag and drop something, you give all the required parameters, and that's it. Right? You don't have to again write an Apex class and deal with all of that. Right? Next thing is, in Velocity, we handle everything, all the data in JSON format. Right? JSON format is one of the fastest processing and lightweight language. Right? Because of its lightweight, the transfer between systems, the transfer between components is going to be pretty fast, and overall the processing will become very fast, and it is very easy to understand. Even someone who don't know anything about JSON, or for that matter anything about coding, if a person looks at JSON structure, he will be able to identify what is going on there. Right? It's that simple. Right? So using that, Velocity is making things much more faster, right? And apart from these, Velocity provides certain out-of-the-box features, which are actually things that are more, exciting for the clients, right? First thing is order capture. Order capture is nothing but anytime you go to a particular application, let's talk, say, Amazon, right? From the time I enter this website till the time I make payment, that whole journey is called as order capture, right? It's not a Salesforce term, or it's not a Velocity term. It's basically common across any e-commerce platform, right? If you are going to any e-commerce platform, let's say Amazon, Flipkart, whatever it is, from the time you land into that website until the time you create an order and make a payment, that whole process is called order capture, right? The name itself suggests why it is called like that, right? We capture the information required to fulfill a particular delivery to a customer. To process an order, we capture all the information. For example, like, I want to buy a mobile phone. I go to this particular page. I'll pick the mobile and I'll go to click on this add to cart. And after clicking, if I'm new, I'm an existing customer, it will ask for my login. If I'm a new customer, then it'll ask to create, then it'll ask for address, then it'll ask for your card details, and finally do the payment. So you're basically capturing information from customer in so many ways, right? So you gather all the information and finally fulfill the order for the customer, right? By delivering this particular product to the customer, right? So, and this process is called order capture journey. And in Velocity, order capture journey entire order capture journey can be built using simple configuration, right? Whatever screens you're seeing here, right? That all can be built literally using configuration. And one example of that, which already implemented, is this. You can Google it, M1 Telecom. This is one of the first projects which went live in telecom industry of Salesforce, sorry, Velocity, right? If you open this website, right, this is entirely built on Velocity using Velocity components, and whatever you see here, except for this, highlighting part, this CSS stuff, right? Except for this UI stuff, uh, basically UI customization stuff, everything else is simple configuration. Even these fields you see, even the text you see, that is all coming from simple configuration. Right? I'll show you how, I'll just give you a simple basic idea of how to do with this, deal with these components. Right? So whatever I do here, whatever you are seeing here on the screen, right? It's all being done using simple configuration by dragging and dropping. That's all. Right? Getting all this information, getting all these prices and everything. Right? So that's one out of the box feature that comes from Velocity. Using declarative approach, you can build complex business logics to make sure that you create a whole order capture journey for your customers. Right? The next thing is order management. Right? So again, this is not specific to Salesforce. Order management is usually necessary for all the e-commerce platforms again. Right? Order management is nothing but from the time you make the payment, it's like Amazon's not job is not done right after the order is created, right? It has to get the product delivered to the customer, right? So that process, right, to fulfill that order, right, that process is called order management. And Velocity provides you the robust and most dynamic order management process, which is orchestration and decomposition, right? Using these two features, again, which are simple configuration, right? You can handle the whole order management process in the backend, right? Why order management is so, such a huge topic is because uh, any order capture journey can be built in any platform, right? You can completely rely on an UI XML system. You can build it in Velocity. You can build using Lightning components, LWC components. It's just, you can deal with that in anywhere. But to handle the order management process, you need to have some proper streamlined architecture. Otherwise, it's going to be a big mess, because when I'm buying a mobile phone from a particular website, let's say this is another website, which is again using end-to-end Velocity. I mean, UI is coming from a different system. There is a reason for that. We'll talk about it later. Yeah. So this particular thing here, this is nothing but Verizon subsidiary. Visible is Verizon subsidiary. And Verizon is one of the top most telecom company in US, right? These guys, along with the SIM cards, they also sell mobile phones, right? So when a customer comes into this website and buys a mobile phone, right, to deliver that product, it will have a different way of handling in backend, right? All you have to do is check the inventory. If the inventory has some products, let's say I'm buying an iPhone 12, and in the inventory, if the iPhone 12 is existing, I'll send a delivery agent there. He will pick that order, and like maybe I'll give it to some external system for the delivery, and they'll get the product delivered. But if I buy a SIM card alone, then I have to first verify the documents, and if the documents provided by the customer are valid, genuine, then I'll block that mobile number which user has chosen. Then I have to in telecom, usually for every SIM card, just like how there is IMEI number for every mobile, there is something called ICC ID in for every SIM card. Right? You have to tag that to the SIM card, then you have to tag the mobile number. So all of these things. So when you buy a mobile phone, it's and the backend process is going to be entirely different. When you buy a SIM card, the backend process is entirely different. You buy a simple mobile plan, then the process is again different. So each of these things, each of the product that you sell in your e-commerce platform, there could be different kind of process that needs to be followed to fulfill that order, right? And that's when your order management comes into the picture, and Velocity provides most dynamic one yet easily configurable order management process, right? The next thing is EPC. Velocity's another best feature is enterprise catalog, product catalog. What this is basically you will have complex structures of products that you can buy, right? For example, if you go to Tata Sky, right, you can buy let's say I want to subscribe Sony 6 channel, right? I can directly go and buy that channel, or okay, leave that. Yeah, you can buy your you can buy the Sony 6 channel as an individual product, or you can buy you can buy a new pack called all the sports channels. There could be some other pack called all sports channels, so that may come from a less price, right? Because to buy a Sony 6 individually, let's say I have to spend 20 rupees, right? But to buy entire sports pack, I may have to spend only 50 rupees, right? Now this pricing have the product structure is different. Now, I can also buy Sony 6 channel by buying all the Sony channels pack, right? The same product is being sold in different ways using different pricing, right? And that's where your EPC comes into the picture. It lets you create your entire product catalog. Product catalog is nothing but the products which you want to sell which you want to sell to the customers from your platform, e-commerce platform, right? You can create complex product structures using e-commerce, this EPC, which is just a very simple tool for a developer, and yet you can build complex logics for products, product model, right? To fit in your complex product model, Velocity is providing Velocity CPQ. It's more like a customized version of a CPQ, and which is called as Velocity CPQ. Again, to whatever product structure you define, right? Let me give you a simple example instead of Tata Sky. If I buy this mobile phone, new Apple iPhone XR, right? I can buy this for 45,999 rupees, right? And if I scroll down, okay, for this it's not there, just a minute. Let me look for one other mobile. Yep. If I'm buying OnePlus 9 mobile, right? For now, I can buy it for 64,999. Also, with the mobile, I can also buy a back cover, right? If I buy these two products individually, it may cost me around, let's say, if this is around 65,000. Let's say this product back cover cost is individually it is 500, but if I buy them together, I'll get it for 65,200. If I buy them separately, then I have to spend 65,500, right? You can define this kind of product structure using EPC, and you can define the pricing which suits that product structure using Velocity CPQ, right? These two work in hand in hand, And using these two, you can create a complex product structure for your client, but yet it is very simple to develop. Right? And finally, one last thing is it provides something called digital commerce APIs and card-based APIs. These are something, it's like, for example, creating an order in the backend in Salesforce, right? It is going to be common across all the e-commerce platforms. Then when it is common across all the e-commerce platforms, why not generalize it? And that's when this digital commerce and card-based APIs come into picture. There are so many functionalities which are going to be common across all the e-commerce platforms. And using these simple APIs, you don't have to write a separate logic to build that. You can just simply call these APIs. So Velocity has already done the coding for you. All you have to do is just call that API. If I want to create an order record, I don't have to write an Apex class or these Velocity drag and drop components. I can simply call an API from Velocity. If I want to apply a promotion to a particular order, you can do that by simply calling a API. Right? So these are all some of the out-of-the-box features that comes along with the Velocity managed package, right? And trust me, some of the clients are coming started to use Velocity only for some features. Like, I mean, they would have liked these features so much. For example, there's one specific telecom client which is only using the order management part of Velocity. There's another specific client which is only using EPC and CPQ of Velocity. Right? There are some, like many projects which use the entire features, but yep, there are some which only come for the specific parts. Right. Finally, Velocity components. The components which I talked about, which you can simply build complex web application pages using simple drag and drop. These are all those things. Right? Velocity made the developer's life easy by providing these tools. Right? They have two sets of components: interaction tools and data tools. Interaction tools are the ones which you can use to build UI screens, and data tools are the something which can be used to execute the backend logics. All of these things are just simple configuration. I mean, except for this interaction tools, there is something called templates. Except for that, everything else you see here are going to be simple configuration, right? For example, I'll show you. Yep. First component is OmniScripts, right? OmniScripts are something. The name is itself says that the term Omni indicates guided flow, right? To create guided flow scripts to build UI screens, right? I have done one thing. I had just simply created a UI screen using OmniScript by simple configuration to replicate exact similar thing of what you see here. Excuse me. Yep. This particular page, right, which you see here, I tried to replicate the similar kind of thing, and you can see this is how it is going to look, right? This is built using simple plain configuration by using the OmniScript in Velocity, right? I'll just show you one quick example of like very plain simple example, right? It's just that you can enter something here. If the key, something which you enter here, if there is any account that matches with these letters, it gives you those account details, right? And it displays all the contact records and everything. And if you make any change, right, and click on next, it's going to update in the backend. Even for this simple functionality, right, you usually have to write a any UI component like VF page or Lightning component or LWC component, which will have their own controllers again. And for each of these components, you need to write an Apex controller to deal with all this querying and DML operations and everything. Right? If you use OmniScript, you can see in the structure. I mean, we'll talk more about what is all of these things. But you can see this is all just configuration. Even the queries, even the updating back to Salesforce, even sending an email. I mean, if you are updating your email address, it triggers an email. All of that using simple configuration. Right? If you want to trigger an email, just drag and drop this email action. There is something called email action. Just give all the properties here, like what should be the body, what should be the email address, and everything. It just takes care of everything else in the backend. So not just this, you can literally build these kind of screens using OmniScripts. Right? The next thing is cards. Right? Cards is again, it's like it is pretty much similar to OmniScript, but it provides you more functionality. Like for all your Service Cloud needs, right? For all your customer care agents, like you'll have customer care and all of that, right? To deal with all those requirements, you have cards, right? Which is again your configuration. And there is something called templates, which is the only place you may have to use your code, and that too not any Salesforce code. If you want to add any UI customization by adding colors and all, you can use these templates where you can write your HTML, CSS, and JavaScript code. Right? Otherwise, it does not required. And there is these data tools, like each of these data tools handles different kind of thing. Data Raptor Extract is something which handles all the SOQL queries. Data Raptor Loads handle basically all the DML operations, right? And integration procedures are like just a replacement of your Apex controller in terms of configuration. Right? All these data tools, just simple drag and drop, and whatever your Apex class does, they can do the same thing. Right? So you can build both front end and back end logics in a very short time to deliver an entire project. Right? These are all certain things provided by Velocity. This is one example of how a card looks, right, for a telecom client. Right? So for one customer, you can see literally entire history of that customer in one page. And this is all configuration. Right? So yep, it's pretty much like that. You can use all these Velocity components to build your UI screens, and you can use all these other features to handle the backend part. All right. Yep. That's pretty much about Velocity. And yep, as part of our training, we are going to cover all the out-of-the-box functionalities that are provided by Velocity, which you're seeing on the screen right now. Right? We are going to cover order capture part. We are going to cover this declarative approach components, which we just showed here. Right? These interaction tools and data tools. We are going to cover this order management, EPC, and CPQ, and these digital commerce and card-based APIs. Right? So we'll provide access to the training org. We'll provide access to success community of Velocity. Velocity success community is not like Salesforce success community, which is more of an open source. Unless you have credentials, you'll not be able to access Velocity success community. So we'll provide those credentials to you. So yep, that's from my side. If you guys have any questions, if you want to know anything more about Velocity, you can let me know.
So Dilip, this is Srinivas. What's the difference between like Velocity CPQ and Salesforce CPQ?
Salesforce CPQ is actually there to handle much like more complex logics and entirely related to pricing. Right? This CPQ is provided by Salesforce is entirely related to one specific part, but velocity is handling so many parts. Out of that, CPQ is just one part. And like just like how I gave the Excel example, right? If you're not using millions of features, there is no point in developing all them, but there is no point in giving all of that. So that's what Velocity has done here. It customized Velocity CPQ and provides only little bit which is required. And that's what we are going to cover. Okay, so whatever functionality is required by these things, so Velocity has customized the CPQ and it has created a new version of it called Velocity CPQ.
Okay, so still we create those bundles and all those things in Velocity CPQ?
Yes, yeah. Okay. Yep. This is nothing but like in the Amazon, which you see about this particular OnePlus.
Yeah.
This is nothing but a bundle created in the backend, and the pricing also has to fit in that bundle, right? So, yep, that all those things you can handle. Yeah, it's CPQ itself, but unlike actual CPQ, which has too many functionalities, Velocity has customized to make sure that only the ones which are required are going to be part of Velocity CPQ.
Okay, hi Dilip, this is Ram Indore. I got access to Velocity University and for this training materials, right? So, but I am unable to access Success Community. Is it different, or do I need to do anything?
Yeah, Velocity University is more like if you want to look at the architecture side of Velocity, then you can look into Velocity University. But Success Community is more like if you, as a developer, if you have any difficulty building a component or something, you can go into Success Community.
So generally, to get access to
Success Community, basically if you're working for a client on Velocity, they create access, or if you are part of any partner, then you can contact through your partners.
Yeah, so if you have any email address of any particular company which is a partner with Velocity, then you'll get access. Otherwise, you'll not get access. Yeah, you don't have to worry about that. We'll provide it.
Okay. But only Velocity partner, right? Because my company just Salesforce Silver partner. I got this Velocity University access. But Success Community, I did not get.
Yeah, Velocity University, maybe they would have bought the license and to maybe give you a glance on Velocity. So, yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay.
And yeah, Velocity University, don't, unless you know Velocity at least a bit, don't start looking at it because it's more, that has actually the entire thing is built so that you will understand architecture of Velocity.
Yeah, that is true. Just to understand, because I have good experience in Salesforce, just I am getting one project in Velocity, so just I want to know the overall idea. One of my friend asked me to register here and just to go through that health and insurance information.
It's like if you look at Velocity University, you'll get more details on how these objects are, how they are related, all these things. But if you look into Success Community, it helps you in building a component or something like that.
Okay. Good. Yeah, appears to be simple concepts, but we have to learn how to use each concept.
Right, exactly. That's perfect.
Like a case management for Service Cloud, a few concepts are that we have to understand all this.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah.
So I'm very positive, Dilip. Thank you very much for the details. Looking forward to
Dilip, again, this digital commerce is similar to the Commerce Cloud.
Yep, it is like why they have given these digital commerce and card-based APIs are. Yeah, as I said, like for example, if I go to this Verizon's website, they're providing these. Yeah, you can apply some promotions here. So when I apply some promotion, automatically the price has to reduce, and in the backend there will be a lot of functionalities that has to run. Right? So what Velocity has done, since it's a common thing, I mean, maybe you are Verizon, maybe you are Vodafone, or maybe you are Jio. Applying promotion is going to be the same thing. So that's why Velocity has created certain APIs. So instead of again building all these functionalities right from the scratch, you can just simply call an API and pass your parameters like what is the order ID and what is the promotion ID, and it will take care of applying it in the backend. So Commerce Cloud is again different thing. It's like for all the e-commerce platforms in common, they have created a Commerce Cloud, and you'll get some features from that. But Velocity is concentrating more on individual domains. I mean, if you consider all the telecom clients, they're all ultimately e-commerce itself. Like mostly they are going online nowadays, right? So, but still, this telecom will have different kinds of functionalities in the back. So that's where they are more concentrated.
And also, Dilip, I work for a power company, and we recently bought Velocity.
Mhm.
But in this training, you basically you're going to concentrate on telecom and healthcare, right?
Predominantly telecom. I mean, we'll cover basically entire data model of telecom and other components provided especially for telecom. But other components which are common across all the, I mean, for this all these declarative approach components, right? All these components are common across the domains. And only the data model differs. So these topics we are going to cover for entire and like for everyone.
So I mean, the main industry you're going to is telecom industry, no?
Telecom industry.
Right?
Right.
What if I have any doubts in power utility industry, then you...
Yep. I mean, I do have some experience over like insurance and energy and utilities as well. So if you have any doubts, then I can definitely help you out there. Yeah. As far as our training session, in the training session, we'll mainly concentrate on the common tools, the common components across Velocity, and tools specific to or components specific to telecom.
Dilip, Ram here. I'm pretty much new to Salesforce. My query here is like how much of coding is involved with the Velocity and CPQ and Relay? How much of a coding one has to perform when in real, I mean, in a real project?
So it mostly depends on the UI. So if your project is having UI, which is like basically UI also you can build entirely using these OmniScripts without a single line of code. But for these coloring and extra things, right? You can see there's orangish color here in between. There is green color here, and it is highlighting a green orange bar over here. These kind of colors, except this UI styling, everything else can be built using configuration and Velocity. I mean, literally whatever you build in your Apex controller, Apex classes, Lightning components, all of that, except UI customization, can be built using Velocity components by simple drag and drop.
Sure. And post this training, would there be any some sort of a certification which one could enroll and pursue in this regard?
Once this training is completed, you will be, good enough to take certification on your own. Like Velocity, there is some for developers. Velocity platform developer certification is there. You can take that. I mean, OmniStudio developer certification. You can take that. Yep. This training is pretty much good enough for you to take that.
Sure. And in this specific course, how much of coding would be involved if you participate in that?
Mostly zero coding. In our training, especially, it will be zero coding because one thing is to handle all these UI parts. Most of the projects will definitely have some experts who are good in Angular JavaScript. So everything else can be handled in Velocity. So whatever comes out of Velocity, we are going to cover, and in that there is no coding at all.
Sure. Yeah. Thanks, Dilip.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
And as far as the scope is concerned, like just don't bother about that, because the moment you add velocity in your resume, irrespective of whether you know it or not, it's like you will at a certain point of time you switch off your mobiles because you keep getting so many calls and you get irritated. It's that much. It's actually pretty crazy now, because more and more clients are now looking towards telecom, insurance, and energy utilities, because these three clouds, these three domains especially, are getting highlighted because there are so many success stories. Like Verizon is one of the success story here, right? You can, yeah, it's just, you can simply Google it, type in Visible or type in Verizon, you'll get this. You can go to this website, and yeah, these are all built on velocity, right? And there are so many other things like Rogers Telecom, Tellus. All these things are already, built on top of velocity and they are successful. So as far as the scope is concerned, just don't worry about it. There is pretty good scope, and I'll be honest with you. It's like if you have a 5 years experience in Salesforce, if you are getting around 12 to 15 lakhs package outside, if you know velocity, then it's going to be up to 22 to 23 lakhs. I mean, I'm telling you the current situation as of now.
And Dilip, one more thing I want to ask, like, what about the deployment tools for Velocity or Workbench IDX? Are you going to?
Yep, there is one specific tool, IDX.
Yep.
So we are going to cover that, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Any other questions? You want to know anything else? All right, then. Hope to see you all in our training sessions. We'll be in the starting. We'll do one thing. It's not going to be regular training sessions like where I'll be showing something. I'll ask you in the back end to work on it. It's not going to be like that. We'll work on a simple requirement. We'll start with a very basic, simple requirement, like getting some user details or something. So we'll keep on extending as we work on that requirement. We'll keep on extending the requirement, and we'll add more and more components into that. And it's going to be, we'll definitely need at least 30 hours of training. So yep, it's going to be 30 hours minimum.
And the timings will be same as today for the training, or is just for the demo you're doing?
Yeah, it's as of now, it's just for demo. We'll definitely see about that. Everyone's feasibility. Based on that, we can decide on the times.
Yeah. Dilip, so you would
Yes,
reach out,
thanks.
or we should reach out to you in regard to the time?
Just a minute. I'll share you. You can contact the number, or you can contact through the email which you are seeing on the screen. You'll get all the details regarding when it will start and what will be the timing and what will be the course details, fees, and all of that from this number. You can WhatsApp or you can call.
Sure, Dilip. Yeah, thanks.
Yep. Any other questions? Any other queries? Okay, then. If no other questions, then yep, hope to see you all in the training. We'll take a leave. You can get in touch.
Hello.
Yeah, Raju. Yep.
Yeah, Dilip, without learning Salesforce, is there any possibility to learn Velocity?
If you have basic idea of what is Salesforce, like you don't need to know how to code in using Apex to write a controller, but you should be knowing what an Apex controller is. You don't have to write an SQL query, but you should be knowing what it is, so that there is a like for like replacement for all those things in Velocity by just configuration. So at least if you know the term in Salesforce, then it will be easy for you to understand.
Okay. On top of Salesforce only,
Yep.
you're doing.
Yeah, on top of Salesforce only, this is all built, and whatever sales in Salesforce, like if you have any permissions or if you don't give any access to a particular profile, all that will still be effective in Velocity as well. But it's just that you don't need any coding or those skills to learn Velocity.
For practicing purpose, is there any license is there?
Yeah, we'll give you a training org.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Yep. Okay. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Dilip.
Thank you. You can get in touch with this mobile number, which you can see on the screen. You can contact for more details. All right, then. Thank you.